Good morning. I decided that today I'm going to do a shameless plug. And, it's a shameless plug, but it is not for me, it is for you. And the reason I'm going to do it is because every single thing that I do at the Living Wow Center, and I hope that you can appreciate how much time, effort, knowledge, years, my own personal pain and suffering has gone into this. And because of that, I just feel so is so passionate about empowering you to be the expert in your body. And I can't even tell you some of the experiences that have happened, not to me directly, but to my family members, that have been the result of not being the expert in your own body. And I don't say that flippantly. I'm not trying to say that you know everything, but you know what's happening in your body, and you need to be able to trust your intuition. You need to be empowered to advocate for yourself. I am not saying that you do not need to go to the doctor and that you can do everything yourself. That is not the message of empowering you to be the expert in your body. It means that you understand what's happening and you can advocate. You can find someone that can help you and can be that medical professional that you need, but do it in a way that is supportive and honoring to you, because it's your body. Dang it, it's your body. And so with my shameless plug, I want to remind you of all the different places. Yes, they're supercharged. That's your 10-day jumpstart. And because you're in here, you have access to it all year. So you can come back in just like I do every single month. I do a new group, and I do it myself. I do it with my family. Those of us in my household, we all do supercharge the first 10 days of every month. And it's funny because my husband actually is like, when's the first coming up? Because he can't wait, because he really enjoys the structure. He's much more structured than I am. And he enjoys that structure, and he loves the way he feels, because as he has aged and some of his early injuries have caught up with him, and he is in that autoimmune spectrum himself now. So he has a new appreciation. Before he was just my coach, but his body has followed suit. So the shameless plug. Are you listening to Living Wow Out Loud? It's the podcast, and it's every single Thursday a new episode drops. And the book, 8 Lessons Lupus Taught Me from Surviving to Thriving with Autoimmune Diseases. Have you read it? It's it's a good book, and it's a short book. It's a quick read. In fact, let me find it. This is my copy right here. You see my tabs? This is my copy. I literally reread my book during my second transformation, and the framework is taken from those lessons. That's what I learned. And as I learned those lessons, and of course there's way more that I've learned, but that's what I put in the book. And the book is also, it's getting old now. It's like 2018 was when it was published. And so I'm working on a new one, but I don't know when that's going to happen. And the framework came out of that because I realized I needed to be able to have a framework that I can teach and that we can replicate, right? Because especially lifestyle is so dynamic. So what's the uniformity, the framework, the structure that anybody can do and that you can apply to your life, right? And so this summer I have done we're in the process of doing a series. So it is on the podcast, and it's the framework series. So the book is in the podcast. The framework is on the podcast, and it's free. And what I love about the podcast is it's weekly, and so you get that. Are you on the mailing list? Because if you're on the email list, then every Monday you're going to get the Wow Minute, and the Wow Minute is just this quick little bit of inspiration, so that you can have something. And every week it's a little bit different. Sometimes it's a recipe, sometimes kind of like supercharge, right? Because our lifestyle is not just what we eat. Our lifestyle are our habits, our routines, and our choices, right? And so as we are, Wow Minute is that little bit of exactly like Supercharge, a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of spiritual, a little bit of recipe and action, just a variety of things. And so it's that narrative, it's retraining the brain, it's putting in some good stuff instead of all the junk stuff, right? Because we just have such powerful beliefs, and our culture, all of the stuff coming into us from marketing, from the news, from cultural expectations. There's just so much negative. And the whole purpose of Living Wow is to give you a new narrative that you can thrive even with your autoimmune diseases, right? And the narrative applies not just to autoimmune diseases, but my passion is autoimmune disease, because I know that you just feel alone, you feel helpless, you feel hopeless, you feel exhausted, you hurt, and I get that. And so, yes, it applies to everyone, but specifically, if everyone applied these principles, would they thrive? Certainly, but you need to be the expert in your body. And like I said, I've had so many explanation points put behind that statement this week for me personally. And so I want you to understand, I want you to know that it is critical. And so reprogramming and understanding your value and understanding your body, and that you can learn that simply with the framework, okay? Okay, so we have the podcast, we have the mailing list, we have social media, right? The algorithms on social media drive me crazy, because the people who I think are seeing it aren't seeing it, and the people, vice versa. But we are on Instagram, although I'm not good at it, but I try to have a presence. And again, it's just to get those messages to you. So maybe you're not somebody who listens to podcasts, that's fine. But then make sure that you're plugged into us on other social media outlets, and for sure, make sure you're subscribed on the, subscribe to the Living Wow Center, and so that you get those updates and you get any kinds of information that I'm sending out, because I want you to have that positive, empowering narrative that you can thrive, and not just the negative, take this medicine and this is what you are, this is what the rest of your life is going to look like, because it's just not necessary. And I'm also, so there's this crisis side that's just like, you've got to be empowered, period. And then there's this other side where I'm hearing stories of other people who are saying the same thing I am. So it's not just me. There's other people who have changed their lifestyle, and they've healed MS, they've healed lupus, they've healed rheumatoid arthritis, they've healed diabetes, they've healed, the list goes on and on and on. And these are people just like me. Their doctors didn't say, this is how you do it. They said, I think there's something different for me. I think I can do this. And they went down these paths. And that's why I put it in a book, so that you have a map. And then we created the framework so that you have a structure. So please, like my shameless plug, please don't just be done with the Supercharge and then go on and go back to the sad life. Stay plugged into the community. Give me feedback. Stay engaged, and let's build momentum. Let's create that belief that you can thrive, so that when life knocks you down, you know how to get back up. Okay? You are the expert in your body. You may not be able to articulate it. You may not know all of the fancy medical terms, but you are the expert in your body. And I'm here to help you understand that, understand how to interpret it, and understand how to heal yourself. Of course, not by yourself, but to heal yourself. All right. So that's today's message, my shameless plug. I want you to get plugged into this community, because I want you to stay, and I want you to be empowered. All right. I want you to thrive with autoimmune diseases. All right. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.